After completing the biggest motorbike tour I've ever done, traveling over 2,200 kilometers, almost every major city in Java, and many adventures that are all now posted on YouTube. Today, I'm going to share with you the breakdown of what everything cost. What I will share with you will actually shock you. I will also share with you my final thoughts. But first, let's go back to the final moments I had in Java before getting on the boat back to Bali. Well, it's the morning of our last day here. We're in some little random town, about a couple hours away from the port. So that's pretty much what our day will be like today. And we're off. Bali, here we go. We're at full throttle. Rain season over my ass. It's May and these clouds are still here. The entire trip was 28 days long. I drove over 46 hours, not included city traffic in between travel days. That's 16 days on the road commuting from one destination to the next. 12 of those days were non-long distance driving, meaning it was a rest day. Or I was taking the train, so to me that's also considered a rest day since I'm not driving. Distance, I calculated 2,250 kilometers or about 1,400 miles. The fuel costs, I estimated around 2.5 million. That's about 60 miles per gallon with 2 people and over 40 pounds of luggage. The hotel cost total came up to about 7.4 million. That's 26 nights in a hotel room, making the daily costs below my budget of 300K by only spending 285K average per day, which is like 20 bucks a night. Cost for entrance fees for all the adventures that I went on was about 1 million. Is this to make reservation to confirm price? The volcano?
Yeah.
Boom?
Oh.
Cost for boats and trains, 1.5 million.
Best seats.
Taxis, rideshare, 1 million.
Taxi! Got to Bali.
Moving jungle. Food for 2 people eating out 100% of the time was 9 million.
What's inside? Is it vegetables?
Not goose.
These plates, because it's multiple, it's more than one. Or is it just goose?
I used to drink Bintang every day. Now I drink Aztec every day.
Goose plates or geese plates?
The grand total was 22.4 million, or about $1,600. So the crazy part is that's for 2 people to live out of hotels for a whole month long, eating 100% of the time out, and the daily adventures that we went on, and it's about the same cost for me to live by myself in Bali. In summary, what did I learn? I need to have more of an open schedule versus a daily task of the expectation for it to run perfectly. Not running perfectly was learning the hard way that riding a motorbike is only allowed on the older highways where all the big trucks run, leaving the roads very dangerous at times to safely drive on. Whoa. With that, driving for long hours for me was very tiring. Hotels in Java, they don't negotiate like they do in Bali. Just bought the house.
Oh, great.
Hello, Floor. Not really complaining. It's just, it takes the thrill out when you're hotel shopping. If you like to eat out all day long, just make sure you stay on the island of Bali during the month of April for Ramadan. If you're not really sure what that is, that's okay. Just don't leave Bali in April and you'll be just fine. Get in better athletic shape so I can hike all of the volcanoes. No long distance driving at night was something that I was already prepared for. It's pretty common sense. But you cannot avoid night driving when you're wanting to see a sunrise from the top of an active volcano. And speaking of volcanoes, they're pretty high up, so yes, it does get cold out. And there's also places you can rent warm clothes, but in case if you don't want to do that, just make sure you pack clothes for 50-degree weather with wind. If you're looking to take a motorbike tour, anywhere really, just make sure you take note of all the things that I listed. You also want to get the best bike you can afford and be prepared to have a good skill in defensive driving because you're definitely going to need it. I really enjoyed my experience on my 4-week motorbike tour across Java, Indonesia, and I do plan on doing more tours in the future. I linked a list of all my adventures from this trip at the end of this video, and I also linked a few other videos that share more detailed information of things that I already went over, such as how to drive in Java. On my next travel adventure series, I'll be back home in the US, taking a 3,400 mile road trip from Las Vegas, where I'm from, through the state of California, Oregon, and Washington, and then driving the entire Pacific Coast Highway all the way down. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss this series, as well as my 2022 adventure series in Indonesia. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one.